The year is 2003. Evander Holyfield is the first and last boxer to be a 4-time world heavyweight champion. Unsatisfied with this amazing feat and wanting to make his record even more of a landslide, Holyfield targets the 3-weight world champion James Toney. Wanting to display some joy with the top talents of today, Evander is ready to prove to the world that despite his decline in recent fights, he still has the determination to be the best in his division and show that while form can be temporary, magnificent talent never leaves. Holyfield and Toney are willing to throw everything they've got into the ring for the good of the sport. But who will come out the victor? Welcome back to Boxing After Dark. Today we're looking at a fight in the latter half of the careers of both Evander and James, in a matchup that should be seen by all fans of either fighter due to the heart, strength, and perseverance of two of the greatest fighters of their era. Can the real deal Holyfield show why he's still in the sport and exhume his brilliance like he had so many years before against the likes of some of the greatest heavyweight of all time? Or will James Toney live up to his alias and cut out the lights of Evander's eyes for the second time in Holyfield's career? Let's get into it. Although both of these monsters had been around the block their fair share of times, Holyfield felt like a creature of a time long past by the year of 2003. With his debut professional fight being in '84, people had been used to seeing his face pop up for 20 years now, and many figured his time in the limelight had to be reaching its close. But with Holyfield being the persistent, motivational, and integrity-filled person that he is, he refused to bow out of his career until he knew that he couldn't physically be the best anymore, and that time had ran its course.
I didn't have the knowledge when I was young, because you at some point in time you're the youngest one. Now I'm the oldest one in the game of boxing, and so with age, you get the experience, which is the knowledge that now it's about knowledge.
And whilst Toney was a huge threat in the divisions of cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and super middleweight, this was James's first time in the realm of the Lion's Den. And what better way to get a reality check than to fight the man who beat the icon Iron Mike Tyson, not just once, but twice. James Toney was a threat to any man. Although taking some hard-to-swallow losses against other talents of the ring, such as Roy Jones Jr. and Montel Griffin, Toney would fight until his body couldn't possibly throw any more punches, and no one was safe in the ring with his iconic counterpunch knockouts and defensive marvels that scientists would struggle to explain even now. Although Toney was only just now having his first fight at heavyweight, he'd already had a career bearing many ripe fruits. From his victories against the dreaded Mike McCallum, to the close but impressive IBF middleweight title win against Reggie Johnson, and a dominant victory against the undefeated IBF cruiserweight champion Vasily Jirov. Toney was climbing his way up the ranks and looking dominant all the while, even despite a couple hiccups throughout. And whilst neither James or Eva were getting younger, an explosive battle between the two was imminent. While Holyfield's resume was already being heralded as one crafted by a master of the sport, with his aforementioned double victory over Mike Tyson, legendary victory against the undefeated Riddick Bowe, Ray Mercer punishment, Michael Moorer demolition job, and so much more, this fight showed that he wanted staying power. Holyfield wanted to transcend his era and go on to show the next generation that he was still a monster. Fight night arrived on the 4th of October in 2003, and as the tension gets so thick you could cut through it with a knife as they solemnly entered the ring expecting to come out on top, everyone in the crowd knew there could only be one winner exiting the ring tonight. Despite the venom in both fighters' eyes, the incredible sportsman touch gloves, and the fight begins.
Help him on the inside. Must use the jab. Part of the problem with that, there it is again, whether it's back. There's already fighter. But the way you beat him is you do. The last time, punches. The power of an Evander Holyfield tackle. Not only is it good for Holyfield right-handed, you don't normally let first round for the legendary Holyfield, who just made Toney buckle with a body shot just before the bell.
Round 1 started explosively for the aging Evander. He showed the spark still instilled into the great monster's gloves, even after so many years of beatdowns given and beatings received.
He is very aggressive, and he comes left hooks well over in the first, and is using it with trying to get into a rip. Misses with the right. He's not just trying to skip. There's Holyfield normally does, and was hit with big, and he's trying here in the second round. Starting, punches off, a good job committing to the body. Since that big first round, nice to steal this round. Holyfield missing, but he got him on the inside with a left hook uppercut. A better round for James Toney, round 2. so far that means okay. After the shoulder. As good a counter puncher there.
1 years of age. You can't actually landing a few of his own, including that beautiful left hook on the inside.
Tony, tell you about it. Of course, a lot of Tony said he's very prepared for that, and he just, you're not hurting me.
A confident James Toney to this point, that's for sure.
Round 3 saw the turning point for Toney, as after a strong first round and a close second, James starts to assert dominance over the legend Holyfield.
Indicate to the judge that he hit.
Holyfield's hand is, Steve.
As Toney backs his punches, could that mean affecting him negatively? You're right. At years old, those can crop up in a second. Back comes Holyfield.
The defense of Toney
Field punches himself out.
Now, does Toney think he's
Fast pace. Crisp left hooks. 3 in a row unanswered. Now brimming with confidence, tripling up a first, right to the chin, a left. Oh, hand showing the chin, a shot by Toney. Another one over the top. Press row scoring here.
should be taking that step forward in this fight. That is it.
Again, doubling up with the left is James. Beautiful combination upstairs by James Toney, a countering counter puncher.
He's getting hit, and his task right now is
big flurry at the end of the round.
Toney seems to feel his energy as he sticks his tongue out at Evander, indicating that the slowness of Holyfield cannot match the natural, iconic, and efficient movement speed of James Toney.
Let's remember, he's just short of his 40. Now, after a textbook for
What a body shot by Toney, and you saw them.
been all James Toney.
Now again, in case you didn't see it. You know, it is.
And Holyfield smothered, been on broadcast 15 or 20. You got to get up and rip.
Holyfield's body has to be wearing the Holyfield. Oh, what a right hand by Toney. Interesting. Now he's going backwards, but he swings wildly, Holyfield, and misses. Perhaps out of frustration, going back to the headbutting. So you punch under.
All the rest of it, and it may be that he's going to have to land.
Bubbling with confidence right now.
That is what he's facing.
Here's your press, Toney now, and through 6, they've got Toney.
I have Toney ahead 5 or 6 fights, and it's continuous.
Toney. But he keeps
not enough punches coming from Evander Holyfield.
Undisputed champion once again. You have to wonder about that after this performance tonight against Cruiser Robinson. Now that even a loss tonight. Big right hand by Holyfield out of nowhere.
And a fighter who he really written determination.
He reveres Marciano because he was
1997 Toney has a news story. Look at him.
He's looking at the judge again. The judge is laughing.
Impact. And we
from the as Toney continues to press forward, nothing. Comes back with a couple of soft left hands. And no effect on Toney. Toney stares him down.
It seems Evander has little more than a puncher's chance as the fight's end draws closer, something that will be incredibly difficult for Evander to accomplish, seeing as how Toney's defense gets seemingly better every round, along with his punches hitting harder and harder.
That's one of the most poignant moments I remember in a boxing.
You continue to get hit again. There it is again. Never a quitter.
And I'll do it.
But Evander Holyfield, you check out the program. Oh, here's a short left hook. Another one by Holyfield. Oh, he's trying.
He's hitting at least a minute or two away from ending. Yes.
We may be seeing the end of an era. It's going to be ruled a knockdown.
4, 5, okay? 6, are you all right? 7, you sure you're okay? Come to me. 8.
I think they've thrown in the towel. Don Turner has thrown in the towel. No disagreement whatsoever from referee Jane 80, and it's over. James Toney has stopped Evander Holyfield.
James Toney proved himself the better man on such a prestigious night, and after a triumphant celebration with his team, James isn't afraid to give Evander his credit whilst admitting that he never felt hurt throughout the fight.
Legitimate. Were you too quick?
Evander Holyfield was a great fighter. Don't diminish that at any time. Holyfield's a great warrior. He came to fight. Bottom line.
Did he ever hurt
you? Who's next? I got milk, baby. Who's next? My mom, Sherry, Uncle Larry. Oh, everybody love y'all.
Did he ever hurt you at any point tonight?
Bob Scott. No, he never hurt me, man. I'm indestructible. Don't forget that when I'm ready, I'm indestructible, baby. I'll fight anybody out there anywhere, anytime. Next!
Evander, although feeling like his slow start to the fight played a significant role in the reasoning of his loss, stayed deferential of Toney and admitted he was a very talented fighter.
It was a lot quicker, and at times that I got him in a position to hit him, and his agility, he just a little too quick for me.
After the fight, many assumed Holyfield would hang up the gloves for good. After a successful career and a valiant effort against another great, what more is there to prove? Well, according to Evander, there was much and more. After losing his return fight 1 year later to Larry Donald by unanimous decision, he went on a slew of victories against unknown journeymen. But despite the fighter's lack of skill he defeated in this time, he showed that he still had what it takes to get the victory when motivated and backed up against the wall. After feeling comfortable with his abilities, Evan pushed for a world title once more against Sultan Ibragimov.
Evander Holyfield, I hope you're training right now because Sultan Ibragimov, the world heavyweight champion, is the real deal. Fast hands, solid footwork. This guy's got more bite than Tyson.
I'm coming for you, Holyfield.
You got Dolphin already?
The Dolphin have to wait. Something I got to take care of.
And after a unanimous decision loss, people believed he must truly be done with his boxing career. But lo and behold, just 1 year later, Evander had another heavyweight title shot against the Big Bear himself, Nikolai Valuev. After a slightly controversial points decision loss, Holyfield felt content with winning the WBF Federation heavyweight title against South Africa's very own Francis Botha, and for his retirement fight, snatching a respectable victory against the 64-2 fighter, Brian Nielsen. Toney, meanwhile, although on quite the mental high after beating such a great champion at his debut in the heavyweight division, after destroying the undefeated Rydell Booker in his next bout, he got his well-deserved heavyweight title shot against the quiet man, John Ruiz.
I'ma get you, I promise you. Be there April 30th, I'll be there.
After annihilating him over the course of 12 rounds, Toney was announced as the third of only 3 fighters after Bob Fitzsimmons from back in the late 1800s and the great Roy Jones Jr. to ever become a champion from the middleweight division all the way up to the heavyweight division. But just one night after the fight, the mood was soured as Toney's drug test results came back and proved that he was on illegal anabolic substance for the bout. The fight was rebranded as a no contest, rightfully undoing James of his incredible achievement. Whilst Toney's promoter Dan Goosen insisted that the failed drug test was due to medication for a ruptured left bicep, the damage was already done, and Toney's fate had been decided by the Boxing Council. Whether Toney knowingly took these substances or not is a question many attempt to answer, but we most likely will never know the full truth. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more from Boxing After Dark, feel free to subscribe to the channel and don't be afraid to drop a like and comment. Thank you for watching.